Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising. My name is Dan. You know, each and every week I try to bring people from across the country to talk to me about things we could do right here in your neighborhood. If you actually want to be on the show, just email me. That's newmexicorising@gmail.com. On this week's show, we got this.
But there's no tears, no mess, and no hurt fingers.
Light up your front, side, and backyards because bad guys hate light.
All of that and more right here on New Mexico Rising. This is a busy time of year when it's difficult to prioritize good health. So joining us to share some healthy reminders for fall and winter wellness is Dr. Yael Varnado, the TV host known as Dr. V, and she's the founder of GetCheckedForLife.org. Dr. V is practicing physician at Johns Hopkins and a medical contributor for Today, CNN, Women's Health, and many others. Welcome to the show, Dr. V. How are you?
I'm great. Great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, what is a top tip for fall and winter wellness?
Great question. So at Johns Hopkins, we're seeing a lot of patients coming in just, feeling run down, tired, not sleeping, exercising. And so I created GetCheckedForLife.org to really remind people to take care of themselves, preventative health. And so I'm so excited to share some of these tips with you today.
All right, where is a place to start for pretty much beginning your good health?
So this is that time of year when that to-do list is getting longer and longer. A lot of people are having problems kind of like dialing in and focusing and feeling a little foggy. And so I recommend Cognizin. And I love it because it helps you stay on task. It's a clinically researched brain health nutrient that supports mental energy, focus, and attention. And I recommend to my patients Velez Cognizin Citicoline because it has 500 milligrams of Cognizin, which is the recommended dose shown to be effective in clinical trials in healthy adults and adolescents. Now, Cognizin and Velez is third-party tested for safety and efficacy and can support brain health all year long when taken daily. Just make sure to look for Cognizin on the label.
Are there any ways to prepare for the flu?
Oh, it's everywhere already, right? And so if you are starting to experience symptoms, the most important thing that you can do is pick up boron's oscillococcinum. And I recommend it because when taken at the onset, oscillococcinum reduces the duration and severity of flu-like symptoms like those body aches, headaches, fever, chills, and fatigue. Now, oscillo doesn't prevent the flu, but it really helps fight those symptoms before they get out of hand. I love that it's non-drowsy. You can take it at work. It doesn't interact with other medications, and everyone in your household ages 2 and up can use it. It's really easy to travel with it, throw it in your bag, and it's widely available wherever you shop. Check out oscillo.com.
Do you have a top tip for staying healthy this year?
Really important is to get good sleep. A lot of folks are coming into my office saying that they're tossing and turning. And so I love Dream Valley because they have a cooling comforter that's powered by NASA-grade Outlast technology. Now that is going to keep you from being too hot or too cold by proactively regulating temperature. So you're going to ensure year-round comfort and promote that deep REM sleep. And Dream Valley allows hot sleepers to stay comfortable without having to lower the thermostat, so you can keep a really cozy, warm environment for the whole family.
Are there some other ways to try to stay healthy as the seasons change?
Great question. The air quality is different now as the seasons are changing. There's bugs out there, allergies. So it's really important to keep your nasal passages clear. And so I recommend to my patient doctor-recommended Navage. And I love it because it's a solution that works to open up the airways, and it's drug-free. So it's a drug-free nasal care system that uses gently powered suction to flush out mucus and germs in as fast as 30 seconds. And it uses refreshing saline to clean and moisturize the nose. So people with allergies or sinusitis or any type of congestion can really breathe easier, they can sleep better, you can get back to life. I love this. You can find it at a lot of your local retailers and online.
Well, Dr. V, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information about any of this and get more?
Check out tipsontv.com.
Dr. V, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
Artificial intelligence isn't just for smart gadgets anymore. It's making a big impact on home security. So today, we've got Innovation Insider Steve Greenberg, who's going to explain how AI-powered security system combined with expert security agents is changing the way we protect our homes. He's also going to bring us some simple tips that can also make your home feel a little safer from break-ins before they even happen. Steve, it's great to have you today.
Dan, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, so what are some practical steps homeowners can take to better protect their homes from break-ins?
Yeah, nobody wants a break-in. Here are 4 simple steps anyone can take to protect their home. First, lock your front door. I know it sounds obvious, but it actually works. Light up your front, side, and backyards because bad guys hate light. Cut your hedges low so there are no hiding spots. And then protect yourself with cameras with professional monitoring to give your home that extra layer of security.
So how is AI helping make a difference in keeping people safer at home and pretty much on the go?
Well, AI-enabled home security is really extra early warning system. The cameras can detect unexpected movement and unfamiliar human activity early on. So you know before someone enters your home or whatnot. So it's very important.
So can you tell us how SimpliSafe's Active Guard outdoor protection combines AI with a live agent to kind of help stop intruders before they reach our homes?
Well, I'm working with SimpliSafe and their new monitoring service called SimpliSafe Active Guard Outdoor Protection uses a double layer of defense that combines advanced AI with live security agents to identify potential threats and take action before the bad guys even get into your home. So first, the Outdoor Security Camera Series 2, which I have right over here, uses AI to detect human activity on your property. Next, AI in the cloud provides face matching technology for a SimpliSafe security agent who determines if the individual caught on camera, if it matches a familiar face like a family member, a close friend, or caregiver. If the face is not familiar, then the agent has a few options. First, they can try to talk to the person using two-way audio. If the person doesn't respond or is clearly committing a crime, then the agent can either trigger a loud siren, they can turn on spotlights, and of course, if needed, they can reach out to police.
So what are some common mistakes or misconceptions people usually have when it comes to home security?
Probably the most common misconception homeowners have is that the family dog will keep bad guys away. And sadly, most burglars know how to distract dogs, whether it's a doggy treat or a belly rub. So Rover isn't a great line of defense. It's better to go with an online security system like SimpliSafe. That's a much better way to protect your home.
Steve Greenberg, thanks for joining me. Where can we get more information about this system?
If you want more information, go to SimpliSafe's website, which is SimpliSafe.com.
Thanks for joining me this morning, Steve.
Dan, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Halloween is coming up this Thursday, and it's the perfect time to come up with some fun, creative ways to celebrate. So joining us today is crafting expert Julie Loven, founder of the effortlessgirl.com, who's all about making lifestyle ideas and making it affordable. So today, she's here to share with you some innovative Halloween projects that you could do without really breaking the bank. Welcome to the show, Julie. How are you?
Hi, Dan. Happy almost Halloween.
All right, happy almost Halloween to you. What is the trick of kind of getting the whole family involved in this Halloween fun?
I think motivation. Halloween is all about fun, imagination, whether you're carving pumpkins or crafting, your favorite costume. You can use materials you already have around the house, but motivate the kids by making everything fun because Halloween is fun. So you don't have to spend a lot. Use what you have. That's the Effortless Girl way, and just have a blast.
Do you have any easy, budget-friendly ways to kind of decorate for Halloween?
Absolutely. I love using my Cricut Joy Extra smart cutting machine to create unforgettable Halloween decor, costumes, and party favors. The Cricut Joy Extra, it can cut, write, draw, and foil on more than 50 materials, including vinyl, iron-on, and cardstock. You can bring your spookiest ideas to life with ease, whether you're a beginner or an experienced crafter. Upload pictures right into the Cricut Design Space app, making it quick and easy. And the Cricut machines are available at Cricut.com or major retailers like Target, Walmart, Amazon, and Michaels.
So what is your favorite part of the holiday?
Well, tricks are fun, but I am all about the treats, and that's why I always have Almond Breeze almond milk on hand. It is scary good for bones. Almond Breeze almond milk is fortified with calcium and vitamin D to help keep your skeleton strong while offering a delicious and satisfying taste. It's great for making my favorite graveyard pudding cups, chocolate cobweb cookies, and mummy cookie bites, Almond Breeze almond milk can be enjoyed by the glass or as a one-to-one swap for dairy milk in any recipe. It's also a tasty alternative to dairy milk, but it's got 50% more calcium per serving. It's perfect for lactose intolerant people, dairy allergies, vegans, or vegetarians.
Do you have any like crafty ideas for creating, let's say, some Halloween effects?
Oh yes, absolutely. Check this out. The GE Sync Dynamic Effects neon-shaped smart lights let you bend, shape, and create unique wall art, including words and designs. You can spell out Happy Halloween or Boo in glowing neon letters, or create shapes like ghosts or pumpkins. Sync the lights to your favorite Halloween music for a dynamic and spooky experience. Plus, you can use millions, literally, of color options like greens, purples, oranges to create that eerie color scheme. The lights are controlled easily by the Sync app, and you can get one on Amazon.
So what is one of your like best tips for trying to make Halloween feel unique?
Well, my best tip is also a cheater tip for parents. If you have small children and you don't want them carving pumpkins, give them adhesive rhinestones or stickers or markers to decorate a pumpkin so they feel like they're part of the decorating team. But there's no tears, no mess, and no hurt fingers from the carving process.
It's actually a really clever idea.
Yeah. It's great for small children.
All right, where can people go for more information?
Sure, all of these ideas will be on tipsontv.com with recipes and links to all the products that we've talked about today.
Julie Loven, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in adults 65 and older. And even small falls can affect the senior's ability to live independently. But experts say that with regular exercise, they can significantly reduce the risk of falling. Here to talk more about how seniors can improve their strength and balance through simple exercise is Julie Logue, National Trainer for Silver Sneakers. Welcome, Julie.
Thanks for having me.
Julie, why are falls especially dangerous for seniors?
Yeah, so we know that falls are the leading cause of injury and death for those 65 and older. And I think the biggest reason that they're so impactful is because even a small loss of physical function can really affect your independence. So falls are definitely a very serious concern.
What are some common risk factors for falling, and how can we help prevent them?
Yeah, so usually we're at higher risk for falls when we have many risk factors working together. Things like use of medication that might cause you to be dizzy or maybe less alert can increase your risk. Vision changes like loss of vision or even wearing multifocal lenses can impact your fall risk. And then just the physical changes related to aging, like loss of muscle strength as well as loss of mobility in your joints, that might make you less likely to participate in regular activity, but that also increases your risk for a fall. So it's important to stay strong and active.
Can you tell us about a few exercises that seniors can do to help improve their balance and strength?
Absolutely. So balance, strength, and gait training exercises are the best way to target fall prevention. Some of my favorite exercises that target balance are exercises that you can do in the comfort of your home. So things like walking on a tightrope. So if you're walking around your house, taking a few steps where you put the heel of one foot in front of the toes of the opposite foot, that can help challenge coordination. If you're in the kitchen, you can hold onto your counter and shift to one foot and pick up the opposite leg. That's a single leg stance, and that helps with stability and overall posture control. And another exercise that I really love that we do multiple times a day, I hope, is the sit to stand. So just when you're in a sitting position, make sure you get up every so often, do that many times a day, and that'll help maintain lower body endurance.
How do programs like Silver Sneakers help seniors stay active and healthy?
Yeah, so Silver Sneakers, our mission is really to help older adults stay healthy and happy as long as possible. And we do that through programs that provide access to physical activity, social connections, and also mental enrichment. And the best thing about Silver Sneakers is that it's very accessible. We have a ton of online live classes every week, as well as access to 22,000 fitness locations nationwide. So there's a lot of benefits, and it's very easy to get engaged.
Where can our viewers go to find more information?
Yeah, it's a perfect time to find out more. We're in the midst of Medicare Advantage open enrollment. And so you can visit our website now through December 7th and get more information about that open enrollment period. Our website is silversneakers.com.
Thank you for coming on our show and sharing your knowledge.
Thanks so much for having me.
As we head into the fall and winter months and start thinking about family gatherings and holidays, it's kind of also that time that respiratory viruses like the flu, the COVID-19, then they start spreading. So joining me today is Dr. Carlos Perez Velez, clinical associate professor at the University of New Mexico, who's here to talk about what we need to do this season to help and how vaccines could help protect us. Dr. Perez Velez, thanks for being here this morning, my friend.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me.
All right, what should people in New Mexico think about the flu, COVID-19, as we start moving into these fall and winter seasons?
That time of year again, when we start to see cases of influenza, of COVID, of RSV, and to take it very seriously. Last year, approximately 800,000 people in the United States required hospitalization as a result of serious illness from these viruses. And I want to highlight who is at highest risk for developing serious illness, and that would be the elderly, people more than 65 years of age, especially those who have other medical conditions such as chronic heart disease, lung disease, liver disease, kidney disease, diabetes, or any other condition that can weaken their immune system can have serious illness, and sometimes, in some cases, can complicate into death. So I want to make sure everyone is aware of this possibility and to make sure that they protect themselves. And we have excellent vaccines against COVID, against influenza, against RSV, that I hope that they will seriously consider getting.
All right, so when it gets cold outside, we like to stay indoors more and sneeze and cough all over each other. So how can we protect ourselves from some of these viruses then?
Yeah, I want to highlight 4 preventive measures. And of course, I'm going to begin with vaccines. Vaccines, although they don't guarantee that we won't get the virus, they are very effective at preventing us from developing serious illness with complications that require hospitalization. So they will help keep us out of the hospital. A second very important measure is masking. Masking not only helps prevent getting the virus, but also prevents spreading it to others. A third one is hand hygiene, both hand washing and using alcohol-based sanitizer, very effective. And then another measure is, when possible, have gatherings outdoors, or if they have to be indoors, keep the windows open so there's plenty of ventilation and we can prevent spreading the virus to others.
Who is currently eligible for COVID-19 or flu vaccines, and what do you recommend is like the best time to go out and get vaccinated?
The vaccines against COVID and against influenza are approved for anyone 6 months of age or older. There are, like I mentioned earlier, pediatric doses for children. And the best time is basically right now, October. The month of October is when these cases of COVID and RSV and influenza begin to occur. And so because the vaccines take about 2 weeks to begin to provide protection, starting in September, October is the best time.
Dr. Carlos Perez Velez, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information and maybe even learn more about vaccines, respiratory health, and all the above?
There are 2 good websites. One is vaccines.gov, and another one is cdc.gov/risk less, do more. Of course, you should also consult your doctor if you have any additional questions. They are always a good source of information.
Dr. Carlos Perez Velez, thanks for joining me this morning, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Many of us are used to logging into systems with complicated security steps, and new technologies like AI are making cybersecurity even more complex. But a recent survey shows that only 13% of security professionals prioritize a user experience when setting up these protections. Here to explain more about this disconnect and what we can do about it is David Shepard, Senior Vice President of Ivanti. Welcome, David.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
David, can you tell us about the survey and what some of the findings revealed?
Yeah, here at Avanti, we were quite keen to shed some light on how companies can strike a balance between securing the company environment and ensuring positive user experience. It's a survey that spanned the globe. We asked 20,000 IT professionals, executives, IT leads, and security experts. The overwhelming stat that came out was 86% of IT professionals said poor user experience created an unsafe workarounds that employees were carrying out. So if we think about that as an example, tech friction, tech frustration, if we're unable to do something with the tools provided in the workplace, then we find a way as users. Users are very creative. And in fact, the survey stated that 1 in 2 office workers admit to using their own personal devices for work activities, with 32% claiming their company was unaware of this as well. So quite serious security concerns there. And as you said in the intro, only 13% of security professionals said that user experience is mission critical when they're trying to deploy a tech innovation that would fix maybe some of this tech friction and frustration that is out there. So we can see there's a divide within the survey with 2 opposing fronts.
How can companies ensure that their cybersecurity measures are strong, but also easy for people to use?
Yeah, so we've looked at that at Avanti, and we've adopted something called Secure by Design. Secure by Design is actually a framework that has been rolled out by the US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA. It's a pledge that organizations sign up to take more commitment for security by providing more robust, more secure platforms for the customers to use. In turn, this frees up and takes some of the risk away from the customer environment, allowing the customer potentially to focus on things like security and user experience. As an example, only 37% of the respondents to the survey said they included security teams in the user experience or employee experience conversations. So freeing up time in these areas for the security teams can benefit the whole positive user experience approach in the future.
What role is AI playing in cybersecurity, and how is it changing the landscape?
Yeah, AI is playing a big part. AI is a conversation we have every day. However, uncontrolled AI is causing increases in security challenges. So for example, generative AI, an example of that would be ChatGPT. If that's uncontrolled in a work environment, there could be data privacy issues, there could be compliance issues, cybersecurity issues, even copyright issues. And also there's a problem with where the data would be held and which data is being shared. So a real problem that organizations need to get on top of. In fact, 81% of workers report they've never had any AI training, and 15% said they were actually using unsanctioned tools. So training and compliance and governance of AI tools is very, very important for organizations to get ahead of.
What can people do to stay safe online and avoid the latest cyber attacks?
Yeah, 4 things here really, and it can mirror some of the work environment that the consumers will be aware of, but be cautious of any unsolicited messages. These are getting more and more, especially with AI helping out on these things in terms of generating more and more messages going into consumers. Do not share any personal information with unknown entities, and definitely do not share your credentials. Keep passwords strong, make sure they're long, make sure they have a random element to them, and try and use all the characters or the different characters on your keyboard. The one technical piece I will lean on is multi-factor authentication. In simple terms, when you put your password in, if any of your platforms, especially your social platforms, offer you a way to approve a code or approve something on your mobile device or via email, then use this approach as a secondary form of protection to your accounts. And then finally, if your devices prompt you for updates, do it as quick as you can. That means you're running the latest level of security.
Where can our viewers go to learn more information?
More information we found at avanti.com/secured experience.
David, thanks for being our guest.
No problems at all. Thanks for having me.
There's been a recent ruling in a federal case involving the Environmental Protection Agency in addition to fluoride to public water. The court found that the EPA has not provided enough evidence about how much fluoride is safe to drink and has asked for further action. Here to explain about what this decision means is Dr. Griffin, a biologic dentist. Welcome, Dr. Cole.
Thanks for having me.
Dr. Cole, does this decision mean we'll see the end of fluoride in our water, or is it more complex than that?
Well, hopefully this is the end of fluoridation. Unfortunately, the court does not have the legal authority to force the EPA to end water fluoridation, but the judge did issue a very strong decision based on all the best scientific evidence and ruled that fluoridation poses an unreasonable risk of reduced IQ in children, and the EPA cannot ignore this risk. So this is the first time that a federal judge has indeed found harm with water fluoridation and told the EPA they need to now go back and re-examine the whole policy.
Can you tell me about how fluoride affects the children's IQ?
Yeah, so what they've shown, there's been about 82 worldwide studies, and through this court case, they got down to about 52 of the best studies. And in all the studies, they found that pregnant women who were drinking fluoridated water at the current recommended U.S. levels and at those levels worldwide, the children were born with IQ deficits, and it ranged from like the low end of 2.5 points to up to 7 IQ points. And for context, how does this all matter? For context, the court noted that a loss of just 1 IQ point was associated with reduced educational attainment, employment status, productivity, and even wages. So these are all very substantial public health concerns.
Why has fluoride been promoted for so long as an important part of public health?
Yeah, great question. Honestly, if fluoride did even close to what all the pro-fluoridationists have been saying as far as reducing cavities, then it would be one of the top 10 health achievements, as the CDC has claimed for so many years. But oral health reports from all over the world actually show that fluoride is ineffective. And unfortunately, the CDC and groups like the American Dental Association have ignored really decades worth of studies indicating harm from fluoride and chosen the health of the tooth over the health of children's brains.
What's the next step after this ruling?
Yeah, so at the very least, the EPA does have to re-examine their entire fluoridation policy. We're hoping that they won't appeal or try to appeal this court ruling, because that would just drag out this very important topic for many years. If the EPA does choose lawfare over their job, which is to protect the health of Americans, then unfortunately, hundreds of thousands of children will continue to be harmed by fluoride.
Where can people go to learn more?
So there's 2 great sources. One would be the Fluoride Action Network, and their website is fluoridealert.org. And another great one is the International Academy of Oral Medicine and Toxicology, and their website is IAOMT.org.
Thanks for joining us today, Dr. Cole.
Thanks for having me.
And that is it for New Mexico Rising. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out the show. If you actually want to be on the show and talk to me or Abby, all you got to do is go to our website, newmexicorising.com. Just follow us on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. If you want to get some tickets to Red One, all you got to do is go to our website, newmexicorising.com, and fill out the form, because we're giving out a family 4-pack of passes to the advanced screening of Red One right here in Albuquerque. Follow our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. That is at NM Rising. And until next week, that was New Mexico Rising.